Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Prehistoric Speculation. Well, I know it's been a while, but today we're going to do a very special video where I am going to go through and I am going to rank all of the armored herbivores in the game. These are going to be all of the dinosaurs in the game that are classified as armored herbivores, really. So all of the ceratopsids and stegosaurids and ankylosaurids. I'm not going to be including any of the Pachycephalosaurids or anything like that, because I'll leave that for a later video. If you want to see this, go comment below. Tell me what you want to see next. It's really helpful when you comment ideas, because it is really hard to get ideas. And again, please remember to like and subscribe, it really does help me out. And go check out my Discord in the description below. It's been a while since I plugged that. So yeah, go check out some great people over there. Okay, so let's get going with the ones that I'm going to call the F-tier dinosaurs. These are the only dinosaurs I wouldn't actually include in my park. And starting with the Polocanthus. Yeah, the Polocanthus it's very, the front half of it looks fine, but then just to get a better view here, you go onto it, and then you look at the back half, and it's just this smooth contrast to the front, and it just ruins the whole thing for me. And the skin colours as well aren't particularly exciting, so that's not really one I would keep in any of my parks. The next one is the Chungkingosaurus. I also think this is an F tier. Let me just check. No, that was the only F tier actually. The rest of these I probably would have in my parks in certain scenarios. See, the Chungkingosaurus isn't too bad, it's just not my favourite of the small stegosaurids, basically. Then we move on to the Stegosaurus itself, which practically through no fault of its own has forced me to put it so low. Not because of any faults with the Frontier design, it's just the movie design has never really been my favourite. Okay, so then moving on to the next one. I'm sorry if I'm going a bit fast or a bit slow. This is my first time recording in a very long time, and it's my first time. I have a new capture card, so I'm dealing with a whole new setup as well. So sorry if it does seem a bit panicky. So yeah, then we're moving on to the next D tier, the Pachyrhinosaurus. I know this is probably quite a controversial one, because a lot of people really do seem to like this dinosaur. But for me, the head shape just weirds me out almost. The crest colours are very nice, but the whole body shape, looking like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, just creeps me out almost. Yes, so not my favourite. Then moving on to the Pentaceratops, again another D tier creature. I do think it has its uses, definitely. This is probably my favourite of the D tier creatures, but just I'm not such a fan of like the almost bow-legged design of it, and just how I like the size of it. It really does give it its own place, but just the body shape I'm not too much of a fan of. Then moving on to the Ankylosaurus, again another one through no fault of its own, just purely the movie design and the other Ankylosaurids being a lot better than it, has found itself so low. Now I think in the C tier, because I didn't feel comfortable putting it in D just because it has got a special place in the franchise, so I didn't want to put it too low. But again, it's not my favourite, but it is certainly unique among the Ankylosaurids because of its size. Then moving on to the Euoplocephalus, another C tier Ankylosaurid. Oh. Yeah, another C tier Ankylosaurid. Again, this one would have been much higher up in the past for me, but with the release of one of the other creatures, it sort of bumped it down a bit, because it sort of held a niche, and it's sort of been knocked out of that niche almost. And I do prefer, I really love a lot of the new Ankylosaurid designs. They went from some of the worst designs in the first game to some of the best in the second game. Here we have the Styracosaurus, sorry. Again, another C tier. Again, I don't really have any particular issues with it, and I would be fully comfortable using it in one of my parks. It's just, I don't know, I prefer some of the other ceratopsids is all, really. Again, Styracosaurus is a classic, but I think there are just some better, more interesting ones out there. Okay, now moving on to, what tier is this? I think this is also a C tier. Oh, no, we're moving into B tier. Okay, so releasing the Chasmosaurus. Again, this is one I know is quite popular now. And again, I quite like it as well. I really like the head shape. It's really unique. I love the little prongs almost. That makes it look sort of alien-esque. I love the bill shape, and I just like the body shape of it. It's like a nicer version of the Pentaceratops is almost how I would describe it. And then we have the Kentrosaurus, which is in this position, not specifically because it's a bad dinosaur, but because some of the other smaller stegosaurids have become more popular in my ranking and hence pushed it down a little. I really hope the game audio is not too loud, so if it is, I do apologise. But yeah. Now we're moving on to the Sinoceratops. Again, a design that I actually don't mind too much. I do quite like it. This skin is a bit odd with the weird green splotches, but alas. Yeah, I don't mind this design. I do quite like it, and I would definitely include it in my parts, which makes it the top of, like, near the top of B tier, I would imagine. Okay, so then, moving on to the Pachyrhinosaurus. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing that right again. Release dinosaur, right? Yeah, again, Pachyrhinosaurus is a great example of how just the resizing of these dinosaurs and giving them a little touch up has managed to make them go from very near the bottom to very near the top of the list because of just how adorable they are. I think I was actually wrong putting this in beta, and I think I might move it up to 80 just because that face is so lovable. Oh, it's just such adorable dinosaurs, all of them really. And that's why I've put some of them so far up this list. So really, I think Pachyrhinosaurus, having another look at it, might be an A tier for me. Then moving on to the Huangaysaurus. Again, a strange placement in the deluxe dinosaur edition of the game for some reason. But again, I'm fine with it because it is quite a nice dinosaur design. And I think, yeah, this is again the first entry in A tier. I do quite like it. Some of the skins are really what elevate it. None of these skins here I don't think highlight it perfectly. But it does really have some skins that do make it look quite nice. Okay, then moving on to the Nausutoceratops. I think this is actually the highest placement, or one of the highest placements anyway, that I have for any ceratopsid, which is, I don't know, I'm a fan of ceratopsids, but none of them in this game have really caught my eye yet. If they were to bring in something like a Dabloceratops, that would be really awesome. Because I do love the Dabloceratops, the design of it, the full shape of it is not designed, is very cool. And there are some very interesting ceratopsids out there that I'd like to see brought into the game in DLCs in the future. Then we have the Torosaurus. Torosaurus is, again, it's very similar to the Triceratops, because, you know, it is very similar to the Triceratops in real life. They're almost indistinguishable. However, there is a slight size difference, and yeah, they have like a slightly different purpose, and I would use them in slightly different combinations with other dinosaurs in my parts. So yeah, next we're going to move on to another A tier creature, the Triceratops. So yeah, just putting both of them next to each other. Again, you can really see the similarities in this. Torosaurus almost just looks like a younger Triceratops with, I don't know, the head shapes are very familiar to each other, while the Triceratops is a lot more bulky and rhinoceros looking almost. But yeah, some nice skins here. See some green with the patterning and all that. Very nice. And now, we're moving on to the Wuersaurus, which is the highest, which I just think is a better version of the Stegosaurus, really. Again, released in the early Cretaceous DLC, where they really knocked it out of the park with the creature design, making one of the best aquatics and two of my favourite herbivores in the game. Yeah, again, it has some really nice skins, none of which are really emphasised here. I guess that's just the luck of the draw when you pick random skins. But yeah, I just really like the plate design. Wuersaurus is one I've wanted in the game since announcement. If you go back and watch my oldest video, which I really don't recommend, you'll see that Wuersaurus was on my speculation list for the game. Although this skin is quite nice actually. This is a good emphasis of why I like this dinosaur so much. Yeah, it's quite a nice one. Okay, now coming over here we have the Gigantspinosaurus. which I think is probably the best example of the new Stegosaurid, small Stegosaurid design. I really like the giant side spikes and the tiny little plates on top. It's very nice. And again, here some really colourful skins are shown, with the one on the left having a nice turquoise top, and some more deserty ones in the background. Very nice looking. Over here we have the start of the long list of Ankylosaurids there at the top. From now, if you know the list off by heart, you can probably make guesses at what my S tiers are going to be. Because these are my S tiers, actually. The last one was an S tier as well. So I forgot to clarify that. It'll probably be on screen though. Yeah, I just really like this dinosaur. I really like the... Again, it's just I really like the Ankylosaur design. They're all so cute. And I really like the skin colours for this one as well. Like, as you can see there, they've really gone above and beyond with the skin colours. Because like, with the Ankylosaurus, there's barely any variation at all. But here, this one has red-tipped spikes and a white back with like pinkish skin. This one is just red with some sandy coloured plates, and this one is green with like purpley skin, which is also still really nice looking. And you can really stylize, like, put them into a specific type of enclosure. So if you have a desert enclosure, you can really get some deserty skins for these dinosaurs. Now it's starting to get quite crowded in here. But I'm going to go over to our next one, which is the Sauropelta. Again, a really nice little Ankylosaurid. You'll see him come out here. Bit bigger than the other Ankylosaurids, but again, nowhere near as big as the Ankylosaur. Yeah, I really like the shoulder spikes on this. And again, it's just nice. It's a medium in between the Ankylosaurus and the other small Ankylosaurids. There's not too many particularly nice skin patterns shown off here, but you do get to see a couple of the base colours, and you get to see like the plates are slightly different shades between the one on the left and the one on the right. So then we're going to move on to our last armoured herbivore, which is the top of S tier, and which is obviously the Minmi, the best dinosaur in the game, just because of how adorable it is. Oh, I've spent so much time around these. I went to record a skin showcase for the Minmi a while ago, but it just didn't work out because I didn't have the cutting setup I have now. Hopefully this is going to work out. But yeah, I just love them. The turtley head, the body, just the size. Like, if you just look at them, they're so cute. Then they have the unique animations as well, where they'll bite each other's tail, which is really nice, and they'll roll on their backs, and it's just all really cute. They're like little puppies almost. I'm just going to hang on these for another 10 seconds, see if we actually get to see any of those animations. It's not looking like it, because they have just gotten out of their prison. Just speed up. Doesn't seem like we're going to get any of those animations today. Yeah, but I think this is a good place to end the video. If you've enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Remember to go check my description below to join the Discord. It is a really nice place over there. Great people. And yeah, this is my first video back in a while, so I'm excited to get back on the horse of dinosaur YouTube. And yeah, I think I should be back from now on. As long as this setup keeps working for me well and it's not causing me any issues, I will be here forever. So please remember to subscribe, because hopefully there'll be more videos in the future. Bye.